What's up guys, Darkdally here, playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. Today we're still playing Ghost mode, and today I want to do a little video and kind of in response to one viewer in particular, but I was going to do this video anyway, and it's a strategy on completing the entirety of Ghost mode and getting the exosuit, which you see one of my teammates wearing right here, and she's running away. They're all running away. There we go. I'm still playing as Tachanka. He's giving me decent luck. I'll also give you a little overview of the loadout I've evolved to using as I get, higher and higher up in tier mode and how it works for me. First of all, let's check about completion strategy. David Sumner commented on a recent video, and he said, he was asking about, completing the whole thing to get the exosuit and why I have missions undone, but yet it still says 100%. All right, I'll explain that to you right now. Let's start off with that. So this video is about strategy for getting that exosuit. If you don't care about trying this on tier mode, let's see, what tier am I? I'm currently 38. It gets harder and harder. Right about now, they're starting to really get pretty aimbody on me, but I've got tier 1 characters, and I know how it's going to be. I know how it's going to play out. It gets rough. All right, let's take a look at this map here. So the viewer noticed that I'm missing 2 missions over in Caimanes over here at El Cerebro. The reason being, one of those is the Rainbow Six mission, and one of those is the Predator mission. You don't have to do those. Those weren't previously there. Previously, Caimanes was just a 6-mission place. Notice now there's 8 missions. It says 6 out of 8 over there on the left side. Those 2 missions were added, so they don't count towards 100%. That's why it still says 100% smuggling to stabilization. Going down here to Libertad, I actually have no earthly idea why this says 5 out of 6. There are no more missions there. There's only 5 missions in Libertad. Here we're looking at Libertad. There's only 5 missions there. My original character in this game, who has like 120% overall game completion, every Kingslayer file, every legend, every resource, everything, and that character also only has, I checked, only has 5 out of 6 in Libertad. The only thing I can figure is maybe it's the Undead Conspiracy thing, which I don't have, maybe. Only thing I can figure. I don't have that DLC. Maybe that's why. Regardless, Libertad will still be 100% at 5 out of 6. All right, let's look at strategy. So if you want the full exosuit, I mean, if you play Ghost mode at all, you want to plan to die, because you're going to die at some point. I've died once. I started off with security, and I died on General Barrow, because that one can be a bit of a variable. That said, and we'll get to this here in a second, when you're doing security or any of these wings, I suggest you start up with the hardest one first, so that way if you die, or at least not necessarily the hardest one, but the one you have the most trouble with, or the one you feel has the most variables with it, do that first. That way if you die, you have less to redo. I did die partway through security, so I've had to redo it. Since redoing this, I haven't died yet, and I'm working my way through tier mode. So here's how it's going to work. Each one of these wings gives you one piece of the exoskeleton. Let's go ahead and put the exoskeleton on. I know I'm dressed up like my guy here. Let's go ahead and let's take my icon off, and let's have a look at the exoskeleton. So here's the blue one you get. Now, you unlock pieces of the exoskeleton with, let's go ahead back here, each one of these wings. So you complete security, it unlocks the shoes. You complete influence down here, it unlocks the chest. You complete smuggling up here, it unlocks the back, and production unlocks the legs, if I recall. And El Sueño unlocks the helmet. So let's say you do security first, you unlock the boots. That's permanent. Even if your character dies, you should still have them. People have reported glitches, but glitches aside, yes, you will still have them, and you will have them in single player mode as well as probably Ghost War. In every mode, you'll have them unlocked. You can't, lose that unlock. Although people have reported, again, some bugs. You can do one wing, die, then do this wing, die, start all over again, do this wing, die, and you'll have 3 pieces. But you do want to fight El Sueño at some point if you want to put the whole thing together. Now, here's how I suggest. I suggest an overall strategy of doing this, the 2 wings you find the easiest. Now, that's going to differ from player to player. Some players might have more problems with smuggling. Some might have more problem with influence. Find the easiest 2 wings, do them, and then do El Sueño. Hopefully live through all that, you unlock the helm. To fight El Sueño, you only need to defeat 2 of the wings. That's why I say that. For me, it was security and influence. And now, once you do that, let's say you get 2 of these out of the way, and then you take down El Sueño. You now have 2 pieces of exoskeleton, and you have the helmet. You can now die. If you were to die, you wouldn't have to do it all over again. You just have to do, say, this wing and get that piece, and then this wing and get that piece. And so if you're only doing Ghost mode to unlock the exoskeleton, as was, I believe, this guy's question, you do need, find the 2 easiest and do them, do El Sueño, and I'll have a little. El Sueño is really not that hard. You know, if you know the right vehicle to drive and the right strategy for that, I'll have a mission strategy on that coming up here soon. It's actually not too hard. I don't think anyone has problems with El Sueño. I would recommend doing it on a low difficulty. Also, yes, that's another good point. If you're playing Ghost mode and all you care about is getting the Exoskeleton, just play it on arcade and just do it nice and easy and have your team sync shot for you. That's how I did it, except that now I'm on tier mode and it's getting harder and harder. It's restricting my difficulty. And, well, yeah, most people don't want, or don't care about, I should say, the gold one. Now, as far as the Exoskeleton itself goes, let's have a look at it. Let's just look at one piece. Let's look at the torso, and I'll show you how this works. So you unlock just the regular military brown color right here for, oops, here it is, the military browns. It's kind of bland, kind of bluish steel and brown color. That's what you initially unlock. Once you hit level 30, it unlocks the option for silver blue. But note that you have to have the pieces unlocked before you can use it. You can't just hit level 30 without doing anything and then have the blue exosuit, if that makes sense. You have to unlock the base exosuit by doing each of those wings. I'll go back to some more strategy on that in a second. Then once you hit level 30, and you should hit level 30 before you finish, you'll have the blue. I got level 30 when I was in the middle of like my third wing, I think. And that was pretty much just doing missions, nothing on the side. Now, okay, so once you know which two of these wings is probably easiest for you to do before tackling El Sueño, for instance, I started with security. Start with the one with the most variables first. That's undoubtedly General Barrow, because the first mission you get in Florida Oro is to go underground beneath Jaguar in a very exposed place where you have 4 tunnels coming in, and you undoubtedly you will be underground and you will have an Unidad rating and you have to defend a position. I mean, so there's the facts. If that's easy for you, that's fine. If it's not, I would recommend starting with him. So definitely pick the 2 easiest wings, but in each one, pick the one that's kind of hardest first. In this case, it might be General Barrow. Carl Burkhart definitely has can have some difficulty to it, so I would do him second. I think you can unlock La Plaga with only a couple of those done, and I don't remember him being hard. The next thing I did was Influence. Looking at this, which one has the most variables? I would say, honestly, probably El Cheeto, because I just hate that concert mission. See, and this is going to be different for everyone. I hate that damn concert mission. Some people might have problems with La Santera because the final mission with her is in that base that has not 1 but 2 jammers, and it's a huge base. But I know an easy way to do it. If you go in the back, you can grab her without killing basically anybody, and it's done. So I know she's easy for me. DJ Perico, however, for me has some variables because you have to infiltrate this Sueño Mausoleum. See what I'm saying? So once you pick which 2 wings you want to do, start with the hardest guys to knock out first. If I got through security, and then I say started with El Cheeto here, and I messed up and died, well, at least I already have the boots. Sure, I'll have to do this wing again, but, to get to El Sueño, but at least I have the boots. Now, I hope my strategy makes some sense. The overall strategy is start with the easiest 2 wings, but start with the hardest ones within those wings and work backwards. Easiest, that's the path of least resistance to get to El Sueño to unlock the helmet. Once you do that, whatever wings are left for me, it was these 2 over here on the right side of the screen. I could do them without worrying about dying. Now let's go ahead and have a look at, as long as we're talking about a strategy, my loadout has evolved quite a bit. Oh, I'm going to have to go to an ammo box to look at my loadout because we are in ghost mode currently. Oh, here's an ammo box right here. All right, so let's check out my loadout. This is a loadout for me, which has evolved throughout my 100% completion and my way down to tier 38. I've switched weapons. I started with the 416. People saw I was no longer using it and said people said after your awesome review of the 416, how come you're not using it? It just, it wasn't working for me the way I wanted it to. I ended up switching to the MDR, and then I switched to the SR3M, mostly just for fun because I like the way it looks, but then I really wanted something with more punch, and this is my current weapon. This is set up really good for me for ghost mode, so let's just have a look at the parts. If you're curious what I'm using, I'm not going to tell you what to use because everyone's going to use something, that's better for their own personal abilities, and this is what I'm using as an AK-12. I wasn't running a suppressor, I was running loud, but as I get down to extreme difficulty in tier mode, running loud is just not advisable whatsoever, but we may do it some more. And then the P12, I'll have a separate pistol video coming up here very soon. I picked the P12 simply because I like the iron sights, and that's really all that matters with the pistol. As long as you're okay with the ammo capacity, and find the one whose iron sights you like to look down, because that's really all that matters with the pistol. Some of them do different damage, but in the end, pistols are going to be one-shot kills. and we can talk about that later. You know, if a pistol is not killing him in one shot, you know, like, for instance, if you're on alert, then you need to be switching to your primary weapon. You need to not be using a pistol under alert because, you know, no matter what pistol you're using, if you're using a suppressed one, they're going to take 6 to 7 shots, probably, depending on your difficulty, etc. All right, guys, so that's enough of me rambling. Now, I hope that answers some questions about the exosuit. Let's go ahead and have a look at it one more time here. It's really kind of cool. People ask, does it have any benefit other than just its looks? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have any benefit. Why should you want to get it? Only because it looks cool. It's a trophy of your achievement. It says, hey, look what I did. I completed this game 100% without dying. And so it's all about just, you know, achievement. Now, one thing I don't like about it, notice how it keeps the weapons on the back pointing straight out. It can look kind of weird. Some weapons appear to just float there. This one's just sticking straight out. Now, that's one reason I like some of these icons, and lately I've been playing with Tachanka. He's definitely my man. I like how it hangs the weapons just flat on his back. It looks really nice, and as you can see, I matched the camo of the weapon to match him. It's all a really nice little package. Whoops, yes, we want to equip Tachanka. We're going to continue with Lord Tachanka, and I'm going to take him all the way through Tier 1 mode in Ghost mode. All right, guys, I hope this answers any questions you had about strategy as far as, let's go to the Ghost screen, as far as how to progress through this. Notice even though I had 2 missions missing in Caimanes, El Cerebro is checked off, and even though I have 1 missing in Libertad, Marcus Jensen is ticked off. Down here at the bottom, I have not done La Cabra yet. I'll do her now here soon. She's not too hard. And then the unknown one, that would probably be Unidad Conspiracy, which I do not have. All right, guys, I hope this answers all your questions. I hope you guys can make it here if you want to get the exosuit, and I hope you can get that full exo. Me, I'm going for gold. I'm going for gold, and we'll see if I can get it. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video where I'll probably be talking about pistols and strategies with pistols in Ghost mode. Guys, I'm Darkdally. It's been a real pleasure. I will see you guys later.